My name's Michael. I study at the university here at Newcastle. I go to the Uni Church congregation and I grew up on a farm near Glen Innes. It was a family-run business on the farm, so we were all together. However, my parents are split when I was quite young, and so I predominantly lived with my mum. However, I did go and visit my dad every fortnight, which was good, but it was tiring. I didn't grow up as a Christian, but I did go to church with my dad. He would take us to church every fortnight, but I didn't enjoy it. With my mum, we didn't go to church because of her bad experiences with it, and I just enjoyed that, having my Sundays off. Growing up, all I wanted to do was work all my life. I was very content and happy to live in a very small house, spend as little money as I could, and just work until I died. My mum didn't want me to be in this cycle of working all the time. She wanted me to go out and experience the world for what it was. So I ended up going to university. And it was at university that I was approached by two people who had some pretty big questions to ask me. Some of those questions were, who do you think Jesus is? Do you think the Bible is real? Do you think you're going to heaven? And all these really big topics about who God is. I thought Jesus was a made-up story. I never believed in him or thought he was real. Simply a man made up for people to feel better about themselves and to have a purpose in life and life after death. But looking at the world and how broken it was, I couldn't see that there would be a Jesus or a God who could exist because of all the bad things that were around. One of those people that approached me, his name was Andy, and I became quite good friends with him. After a good long chat of talking with him, he encouraged me to catch up with him again and to keep chatting. I thought it was pretty good. Someone's willing to listen to what I have to say, and so I was willing to catch up with him each week until he started inviting me to all these church events. I didn't like that. I was very reluctant to go to anything. I just liked the friendship that I had. But over time, he continued to invite me to different things, and I started to go. My first impression of Uni Church, it was big. There were a lot of people and a lot of young people, which was very different to a lot of old people and church organ and slow, nothing's really happening. So it was really exciting to go. Andy then invited me along to a church event, a church camp event, a week-long event where you spend heaps of time in the Bible. And I think it was there where Jesus kind of opened my eyes and opened my ears to finally listen and see what people were saying. I started to have some good conversations with people about life and about who Jesus was and what this hope was. And by the end of the week, I came to the conclusion, look, if Jesus is real, I can't sit on this. He's come to save me from the wrongs that I've done, and I need to do something about this. And just as Jesus has called all of us, I felt that call at that time. My life has changed because now I see Jesus as my Saviour. Jesus who's come, died on the cross for me and forgiven me all the wrongs that I've done. And in response to that, I'm now going out and telling people about who Jesus is. I went up and talked to people on campus just as Andy talked to me. I lead a rush team here at HBC, where I get to have all sorts of fun with the kids, teaching them about Jesus and seeing them grow just as I've grown.